Good morning and welcome. This is Pastor Lucy Painter with your daily insights. And this is a very interesting topic we've been covering, by faith. And today, as we continue with by faith day 5, I've been thinking about how from day 1 I've been encouraging and inspiring you to walk by faith, live by faith, work out our faith, and motivate you to just strive to make sure that you're living by faith. But in as much as we talk about by faith and not by sight, I am not ignorant. I know that sometimes our faith is tried, our faith is tested, and it is easy to give up. It is easy to quit. It is easy to just let go and just believe what is in the natural, believe what the sight is dictating. And as we saw yesterday, Abraham could look around and see, come on, God, you're telling me you're blessing me, but look, I am childless. And he jumped that handle. God blessed him. But that was not the end of this journey of faith. He was tested. So what happens? It goes with level. It's not just one level. You gain this level and then you go to another level. So when I'm thinking about by faith, I'm thinking about, like those games where you have to keep on winning and then go to another level, or the way we go to school and graduate from one level to another level. So when I think about it, there is no end. We keep on growing. We keep on going to another level and another level. And so what happens when our faith is tested? What is that ingredient that can keep us going and make us not fall apart? What helped Abraham? What can we learn from Abraham today? The Bible says in the book of Hebrews chapter 11 verse 17 to 19, by faith Abraham, when God tested him, offered Isaac as a sacrifice. He who had embraced the promises was about to sacrifice this one and only son, even though God had said to him, it is through Isaac that your offspring will be reckoned. Abraham reasoned that God even raised the dead, and so in a manner of speaking, he did receive Isaac from the dead. I'm going to read that again, because as I was reading it today, I got a perspective of what was going on in Abraham's mind. If you read it from the book of Genesis, you find that they walked a 3 days journey. God just told him, arise, I want you to sacrifice Isaac to me in the mountains that I will show you. And so they just journeyed a 3 days journey, and then they got to the mountains. The Lord told him, that is the mountain you're going to sacrifice your son. And Abraham told the servants and the donkeys, you guys stay here, let me and my son go up. And they're going, and the son is asking, I can see the wood, I can see the fire, but I can't see the ram of the sacrifice. Where's the sacrifice? And I always pity this son. I pity Isaac all the time, thinking, whoa, what a sob story. You don't know you are going to be the sacrifice. But when we read Hebrews, we understand what was going on in Abraham's mind when he is telling his son that God will provide for himself a ram for sacrifice. This is what was going on in his mind. He knew, he reckoned, he reasoned that God even raised the dead. He was saying that even if I burn you to ashes, the God that I believe, the God that I've been walking with, the faith that I have, I know He can bring you back to life. And in some manner of speaking, He did receive Isaac from the dead. Can you see that faith? Can you see that manner of obedience? And I'm thinking in my mind, Do I have faith in God to that level that even if I get to a moment where it doesn't make sense, the instructions that I've been instructed to do by Him, I will trust Him enough not to question Him? Because I know that most of us, and count me in, we are in the level of relating with Him where He says this and you're like, why? Oh God. When we were growing up, and I know some people of my before generation, you never asked your mom or your dad why. They needed something, you did it. You never asked why. But the generation that we are bringing up, you need to tell them why. You even scold them. They need to understand why. And saying that because I said it doesn't cut it. They need an explanation. And I believe if we get this attitude with our Father in heaven, it doesn't make our faith grow. We don't get to another level. Look at Abraham. God says, sacrifice your son in the mountain I'm going to show you. And there he goes. He's like having this conversation with the son. He's like, okay, he will provide a ram for himself. And he's there thinking, okay, God, even if this boy turns to ashes, I have so much faith that you're going to turn him back to life. I'm not going back to Sarah and tell him that the son you gave us, after waiting all that long, is dead. I gave him back. No. I'm going back with him. So I have so much faith in you, God. It doesn't matter what you're going to do. I don't know which dimension you want to show me of yourself, but I know I'm going to sacrifice him. And I believe that is what kept him going as he prepared the altar, as he laid the wood, as he bound the son and laid him on top of the wood. And this guy was so serious. He raised the knife. He was ready to obey to the fullest. And that's when God said, I see your faith. I see it. Stop it, Abraham. Okay, I see it. You've graduated. You have come to another level. Stop it. Turn aside. There is a ram. Okay? Sacrifice the ram. Leave your son alone. And you know what? Abraham got into a level to experience what God experienced. He got to share those intense moments that God the Father felt when Jesus was on the cross, when they beat him up, when they nailed him on the cross, when they sacrificed him. Abraham is the only one who shares those feelings, those emotions of love with the Father, with God. That level, he was tested and he graduated to a level of experiencing faith of sacrifice. Oh, what a level. What a level. So today we understand that as we continue to walk by faith, we grow from one level to another. Which level are you in? And the ingredient or the factor that will help us grow is trust, and the other factor that will help us grow is obedience. Obedience. Here he is obeying and saying, okay, God, I'll do it. And because this topic is so wide, this is by faith, day 5. I'm gonna pause there. But next week, we're going to dive deeper into faith because we cannot exhaust. And I know that you have a desire, develop a desire to grow into levels of faith. So next week, we're going to start on the topic, levels of faith. Shalom and God bless you. And before I leave, tomorrow is the men's breakfast. You can listen to a short clip that have you registered. Make sure you register if you're a man, and we'll be happy to see you tomorrow. The breakfast is virtual. It's through Zoom, but registration is mandated. Please register. Shalom, shalom. This is Pastor Lucy Painter with your daily insights. Thank you. Fourth annual Men Empowerment Prayer Breakfast is coming Saturday, March 6, 2021, starting from 10 a.m. It's going to be virtual and registration is ongoing. Have you registered? Welcome.